Hey everyone, it's Katie here. Welcome to my channel. In this video, in what I'm going to call a bit of a part two. If you haven't watched part one, no worries. In the last video I put up here, and of course I'll link it below, I spoke a lot more than I think I had planned on doing. And in this practice, I really want to weave us, sorry, in this video, I really want to weave us into practice. I spoke in that video a little bit to sort of what we're doing here, the work that we're doing on this channel in all the different spaces I'm showing up in, this embodiment work, this work that has everything to do with being a stand to step out of the common way of being in this world where we, live from the head up, we can say, right? Where we live in this world with all these belief systems, all these institutions that teach us to disconnect from self, that teach us mind over matter, right? And to be a stand to do things differently, not because we are hating on the mind, not because I'm here to teach you to get out of your head because it's not important and valuable. I've spent a good chunk of my life as a neuroscientist, as a scientist. Like, if you want to talk about how precious and important the mind is, we can absolutely have those conversations, and I know they'll weave in here. However, we live at a time in our human evolution where, the pendulum has swung so fully into the realm of mind over matter, of the power of the mind over the body, of this transcending. And in doing so, we live in a world where we have become so disconnected, so severed from the physical bodies, the physical beings that we are, and a consequence of that, the consequences of that, I can probably tie to every single problem on the face of our planet right now. But to make this a short conversation, the problems that start to arise from that are, one, all the physical problems that we get in our bodies, right? The pains, the illnesses. I'm not saying that this is causing those, but it's something underlying, right? Like, when we live in a world where disease, where pain, where this physical suffering is so loud right now, tying that back to how disconnected we are from our physical bodies, how we live our lives without being present, like placing your consciousness, your awareness in your body, living life where you walk through life in felt connection to your body in a skillful way, is something that we have lost on this planet. Again, the consequences of that manifesting in our own physical selves, and through that, kind of coming back up, weaving into of mental health challenges, right? Which, we call mental health challenges, but really are just as physical as any other something in our bodies, right? Again, that's another way we separate mental health from physical health, which is a complete illusion. You can't separate those things, but we do. And through that, severing this felt connection with the world we live in. And when we aren't present in felt connection to the world we live in, we cannot be skillful in this world we live in. We cannot be skillful in our interactions with another human being when we're living from the head up, right? Because we're disconnected from the powerful, skillful beings that we are when we live that way. And so what we're here to do is remedy this. We remedy, again, I'm gonna say this, I really see it as this underlying root system, this underlying festering root system that holds our humanity together in this common ethos That is living from the head up, living disconnected mind from body, living in this world of mind over body, of don't trust your body is unskillful. We're here to remedy that. So if you're with me, if you're still with me, if you're not, I'm curious what it is. Leave a comment kindly. Let me know what's up, what's pinging you, whether you're with me or not. Maybe there's something in your life you've been told, not to trust your body, not to trust your heart because your heart speaks to you in unskillful ways. I've heard that one. Maybe there's a common practice where we can come back, we can sit together and enter into connection with our hearts and learn to listen in a way that is skillful, where we receive in a way that is skillful and that is guiding us in directions that lead you forward, that lead me forward, that lead our collective forward in ever more skillful ways. So maybe we start with that practice. It's shown up for us here. When I enter into any sort of practice like this, and this is what I teach, in my meditations, my courses, the circles I hold, and I'm going to teach it for you right here. There's this finding ourselves physically present on the ground we stand on. So right now I'm seated in a chair with my feet on the floor, so feeling into that connection with the surface, holding you, right? So for me, it's feeling into my sits bones, the soles of my feet on the ground. Maybe for you it's a little different, but feeling into that physical connection with the surface holding you here in this moment. Maybe it's carpet, maybe it's floorboards, maybe it's a couch, maybe it's your work chair because you're sitting at the office watching YouTube. I've been there before I left the corporate world. And from this space, breathing down into your body. So I teach really calling upon your breath as your guide, your companion, connecting with your breath, because you always have your breath. Your breath is always with you until your dying moment. You always have your breath, and this breath is this beautiful, beautiful something that we have that is one of the only ways that you can speak consciously, right? You can connect the conscious systems, the systems that you are aware of, right? So you have conscious control over your breath. And your breath is also so deeply programmed to run unconsciously. So in working with your breath, it's this powerful practice of connecting that which is conscious with that which is unconscious. So consciously connecting to your breath, consciously changing your breathing pattern and inviting you to do that by breathing deeply. So slowing down your breath. Breathing deeply down into your chest, feeling into that three-dimensional expansion of your rib cage. Yes, your ribs are designed to breathe, to expand in 3 dimensions. And from the space, maybe breathing down a little deeper, all the way down into your abdomen. Feeling that same 3-dimensional expansion in your abdomen. And if you don't get 3 dimensions, please don't get hooked on that. It's an invitation, something to feel into, really feel into the 3-dimensionality that you are as a human being. Something that we often lose as we live from the neck up, from the head up. Finding ourselves present via our breath in our bodies, as our bodies. Being present as the body, as the human being that you are, simply yet so powerfully right here through your breath. So as you sit or stand, maybe you're standing, and cue is seated here, seat in connection to the chair, to the cushion, holding you here in this moment. Being present with that physical connection with the ground beneath you as you breathe down into your body. And from this space, because this practice came in for us, inviting you to come into your chest. So breathing fully now into your chest. Maintaining that connection with the ground, maintaining that connection with your abdomen, right? The whole of your body. As you know, really draw your focus to your chest, right in the center of your chest. And breathing here fully, breathing here deeply, bringing your full focus to this point at the center of your chest as you breathe deeply into this space. Breathing deeply into this space, full focus. And this becomes a sort of meditation practice for those of you who are familiar with meditation. If you're not, don't worry, I'll cue you through this. As we guide our attention to focus on a single point, what happens naturally, because we're human, is that our attention will be drawn elsewhere. We'll hear a sound in our environment, or thoughts will flow in through our mind, and they'll take our attention. They'll steal our attention away. So the practice, when we hold our focus in this way, is to fully bring your attention to this one spot right at the center of your chest, to hold it here, while simultaneously holding awareness, when your attention gets diverted, noticing that without judgment, without being hard on yourself, simply drawing your attention back to this point. So this point right here, this single point of focus right at the center of our chest, is where we're holding our attention. Continuing to hold your attention here. Now the power of this practice is in this holding. So this takes some time. It takes some time for these practices to unfold, which is again some reprogramming that we need to do. We're so programmed in this world to move so quickly from one thing to the next, which has its value, but when we live fully in that way, we miss out on so much of the magic, so much of the power, so much of the juice of this world. So slowing down, holding your attention here, breathing deeply, continuing to breathe deeply into this space, right at the center of your chest. And from this point of focus, noticing what happens. Does a single point of focus illuminate? Does it to expand? Does it invite you to go deeper? So simply holding your attention at the center of your chest. What opens up here? What invites you in here? And knowing that this isn't about attaching to what's here. This isn't about becoming what's here. It's about holding awareness for what's here. What is here as you are focused at the center of your chest, focused right at the core of your heart. What's here, and it's a practice of noticing, of witnessing. What's here? What wants to be shown to you? As you simply hold your attention right at the center of your heart. Do you feel this as your heart? Do you feel this differently? Maybe heart really resonates with you, or maybe you're really feeling lungs or chest. Continuing to breathe here, being present to the experience that's unfolding for you. And is there a deepening? Are you being called deeper into your chest, into your heart? Is your chest, is your heart expanding? Are there insights? Are there visions that are coming through? What's here to unfold for you today? Bringing your simple curiosity, being curious. What's here? What's here for you to feel, to experience, to witness, to know today? Is there a transformation that's unfolding? Simply by bringing your attention to this point, is there a transformation? Maybe an alchemization that wants to occur because it's ready to occur, because it's time to occur. Maybe it's been waiting to happen for the last 20 years, but it couldn't happen without your attention. But here you are now with your attention, your consciousness held on this point, and now simply because you brought your consciousness here, now something is ready to unfold, to transform, to alchemize, to shift, to change. And in doing so, is going to bring you into this next higher level phase of your life. It's going to change you in some way so that you can show up in this world more present, more open, more connected into self. And as this goes, by connecting into self, are more fully connected to this world that you are so very much so a part of. It's the work that we get to do here. So, starting to close down this practice. Is there anything else here to happen in this practice space today? Knowing that if you're deep in it, you are so free to press that pause button and stay in this space. If you're with me here, starting to close down the practice. Breathing a little bit more fully back into your chest, feeling into your ribs, that three-dimensional expansion of your rib cage as you start to come more fully into the physical sensations in your body. When you're ready, starting to bring in some movement, really feeling back into that connection with the surface holding you, your seat in the chair, your feet on the floor. Again, inviting in some gentle movement, rolling of the shoulders, the ankles, maybe placing some touch on your arms. Really bringing yourself back into the physical nature of your reality. Looking around the room, finding yourself present in the room you are in. Coming back to the screen fully. It's going to take a moment to tune into if there's any words that can serve you here at the end of this practice, without cluttering your mind so much after having just gone so fully into your heart space. As always, I'm so curious what's unfolding for you over there as we connect across space, across time through this wonderful technology that we have, this powerful technology that we have that gifts us in so many ways. And while it also holds the power to take us out of our embodied reality, it's present for you as we connect through the gift of this video. Leave a comment, let me know, send me an email, let me know what's going on for you. If you want to go deeper with me in this sort of practice, we have a couple fun events going on right now, one free, one paid. Find out more, stillness.forestbody.com. I'll leave the link below. I'm not going to put too many words to that right now. So I hold space for you to come out of this practice, come back into your normal waking consciousness. As fun dance in this space between lived reality and this wild, chaotic world that we live in. The ability to do that while we can also go deep into self, while we can be present and felt connection to self. Holding the both and of these is so much of what we get to learn to do here. I'm not here to teach you to be a monk meditating in a cave up in the mountains, as much as I would love to do that. I know I've spent lifetimes doing that though, and in this lifetime we're here to live these wild human experiences in the modern world, while we also get to call in this mystical, magical, meditative, spiritual realm, whatever words there resonate with you. If there's any words I'm saying there that you don't like what? This is spiritual, just toss it away. It doesn't matter. They're just words. They're just mental constructs. They don't actually really mean anything unless we ascribe meaning to them. Okay. We're going to close down. I thank you so much for joining me today for this practice. Make sure you're connected with me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. Make sure you're on the newsletter, sign up for the stillness event. Follow me on Substack, on Instagram, so many places. So many places. And I'm so happy to be back with you here on YouTube. It's been a little while since I've been here consistently, but that's the goal here as time unfolds, is to show up consistently for you here in this space. So make sure you're subscribed so that you know when I'm here. We can connect in this way. We can be in practice. We can be in conversation. All right. Looking forward to catching you in whatever the next space is that we find ourselves in.